Welcome to the Event Planner dashboard. This is where we're going to go ahead and start setting up your event by starting with some very specific items to begin with. We give you these instructions right here just so that you know that you should take these steps right at the beginning of the process of setting up your event planner. We're going to start with the set up payment preferences. We want you to set up the payment preferences first because this is actually something that gets integrated into your product manager, which is actually a separate section of the website, as well as the donation manager, and it all integrates into your event planner. So let's go ahead and start by going to set up payment preferences. By setting up the payment preferences page, classmates will be able to pay for their event tickets online, offline, or both. Online payments are made through standard credit card processing. This function is supplied by Class Creator and fully handled for you. You will receive the funds from Class Creator via ACH direct deposits to your bank. You'll also be able to set up offline payment methods that include paper checks, or your classmates can pay cash at the door. Accepting credit cards is the most popular method of accepting payment and donations within the website. Credit card processing is built into the system, and we strongly recommend that you utilize this payment method. Classmates can easily pay by Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express. There is a 5.9% processing fee per transaction that will be deducted from your proceeds. Your event funds are sent to you by setting up the direct deposit ACH and transferring funds directly to your bank account. Advantages of the credit card processing are that it's easy to set up, easy for classmates to pay, and easy to collect your funds. Once credit card processing is enabled, your classmates will be able to purchase tickets and products from your website as well as make donations. By default, we have the credit card processing checked here. And let's scroll down just a little bit. And this is the credit card payment reimbursement information. Okay, this is important. Online transactions are processed through Class Creator's credit card processing system, and they'll show up on your classmates' billing statement under the name Class Reunion, or for those that display more detail, Class Reunion Creator LLC. Please be aware that funds received from credit card payments do not become available for disbursement for 5 business days. This hold time is imposed by the credit card provider themselves. In the case of refunds less than 6 months old will be processed as a full refund to the card on file for the site member, and the processing fee will also be reversed. Refunds older than 6 months cannot be processed through the system, and the processing fee cannot be reversed. You can refund the site member via check or contact us to request a refund attempt on their card. Note that any refunds that we attempt after 6 months will require the processing fee to be removed from the refund or removed from the site's fund balance. If a site member initiates a chargeback or a credit card reversal through their credit card company, the site will incur a chargeback fee of $34.50. The amount of your original transaction plus the associated chargeback fee will be removed from the fund balance in your funds page if a chargeback is received. When accepting online payments, a 5.9% processing fee will be applied to all credit card transactions. Please make sure that you allot for this in the cost of your items. To find out how much to charge, divide your amount by 0.941. For example, if you want to receive $50, divide $50 by 0.941 to get $53.13. You may wish to round that price up to the next whole dollar amount. In this way, you have passed along the 5.9% processing fee to your site members. Please note that the system currently only works in U.S. funds. The system can accept international credit card orders, but all transactions will be converted to U.S. funds. Okay, you will need to fill out the required fields below that are indicated by an asterisk. And then we move into the banking information portion of the page, and this is what we will be setting up for receiving your funds back to you. Okay, it is important to understand that the direct deposit ACH system only works if you have a United States bank account. If your bank is located outside of the United States, please select the option for checks above. Okay, there's a process that we need to go through in order to set this up so that you're able to connect your bank account to our system. In order to receive the direct deposits into your bank, we must first verify your account. To begin this process, please fill out your routing number and account number in the fields below. Upon submitting this page, Class Creator will initiate 2 small deposits of not more than 25 cents each to your account. Please note that the direct deposit process can take up to 5 full business days from the date of the time that you submit your request. Once you have received those deposits, come back to this page and there will be 2 fields displayed at the bottom of the page that will allow you to put in your verification numbers. Please note that your account does not need to be verified before you can begin selling items. You can begin selling items or tickets in your event planner, your product manager, or your donation manager immediately, and can withdraw those funds once the ACH has been fully set up and verified. So it's also important to note that once the funds are collected on our end, they are not automatically deposited into your bank account. Once you are approved and once you are verified, you'll be able to go to your funds page and withdraw those funds. You can withdraw the funds at any time by going to the event planner and clicking on the funds link and then clicking withdraw funds and denote the amount that you wish to withdraw at that time. That transfer process also takes up to 5 business days. I will note that because of the amount of time that it takes for a transaction to clear into your account, which is 5 business days, as well as the amount of time that it takes to transfer from our system to your bank, 5 business days, that you should build in that time appropriately when deciding when to cut off online payments. For example, I typically would recommend stopping receiving online payments 3 weeks in advance of your event if it is important to you to receive all those funds prior to the event. Okay, so there's the sample check and the example of the routing number and the account number area that you will fill into this section. And then it is also very important to note whether or not it is a checking account or a savings account. Okay, and in this section, this is where you'll be setting up any offline payment method. It says, will you be accepting reunion payments from classmates in the form of paper checks via postal mail? You can allow this option in addition to the online payment above. And then that's simply a yes or no question. When you click on yes, it's going to ask you some additional information, the check payment postal address. So this is where you're going to set up who to make the check out to, the name of who you are sending the check to, the address information of where that check is going to be sent. This information will all be provided to your member if they select the option to pay by check. And finally, if you are going to accept payment at the door for your event, you need to check this box down here at the very bottom. This will allow for the event planner to give the option for payment at the door. If you do not set this up here, it will not give you the option to have a pay at the door option in the event planner. And then down here at the very bottom, you need to click on save to save all your changes. Okay, once you have set up this page, at that point you will be able to move on to the next steps, which let me go back to the Event Planner, and I'm going to click back to the dashboard. Once you've set up that payment preferences page, you'll be able to move on to the next step, which will be going to this page here, which says edit this event. And we do have an additional video already recorded for this section, so you can watch all the steps at that point. Thank you very much.